Hey guys! It's been a while. Today I'm doing my makeup and giving you an update of my life. Okay, let's go. By the way, we are 20,000 people here now. I cannot believe I was gone for a couple of months and meanwhile, I now have 20,000 subs. Yay! Whoever doesn't want to hear me ramble about what's going on in my life right now, you guys don't have to stick around. It's gonna be a long one probably. All right, I'm just using a pomade. This one is from Rock Brows, the Anastasia one, or whatever brand you have, works just as fine, and an angle brush. I'm gonna do a little bit of like a catty eyeliner. So, I don't know where we left off, but I live in Denmark now. Did I tell you guys? I don't think I did. Why did we move? Well, several reasons, but one of them is because of COVID. We just miss our family so much, and we weren't able to visit during COVID because our family's in Sweden, by the way, which is very close to Copenhagen. It's like a 4-hour drive. My husband got an opportunity for a job in Copenhagen, and us not seeing our family for like a year and a half made us decide that we would move back to Europe. I'm sitting here in my new apartment in Copenhagen. It's echoing, I bet you can hear, because it's empty, but I will get to that. I will do a little bit of like a quick apartment tour. As I said, it's empty, so there's not a lot to see, but I can show it to you the way that it looks like right now. I just thought I'd talk you through life and the reasons to why I haven't been uploading. Let's do it. Back in February, I was still in New York and I got a job as a social media manager for a company. And so started doing that 60%, but then I also have my magazine editing. I work for Plaza magazine in Sweden. I was also doing a 28-day reel challenge in February. So I was uploading 1 reel a day on Instagram, meaning I literally had no time left for anything else. Or any other social media at least. So YouTube suffered. Then I realized that this job is not for me. And I quit it. But then we had the move across the Atlantic in COVID. So once again, I had little to no time left for YouTube. I wasn't in a really great mental state after I quit that job, and I'll get into that a little bit more soon, but I wasn't in a really good mental state, so I just thought, whatever, these like 2 weeks now that I left in New York, I'm just gonna focus on packing and getting shit done. Then I came back home to Sweden and met the family for the first time in, as I said, a year and a half, and like I wasn't really prepared for how much I had missed them, so it was just full on family time. It was like a break from everything. And so now I spent the first 10 days in Denmark or in Copenhagen, and now I feel like I have the energy and the capacity to just come back and talk about everything. I've been working in marketing and advertising for about 5 years. Before we moved to New York, I worked a very stressful job as a project manager for one of the biggest fashion companies in the world. It was very fast paced. It was a lot of things to keep track of. I quit just before we moved, obviously, and I didn't have a plan for when I came to New York because I was waiting for my working visa. And so the first couple of months in New York, I wasn't really looking for a job, but that was really a well-needed break because I think I was overworked. Basically, had I continued at that job, I probably would have had a burnout. But I quit like just in time before that happened. So I thought, okay, well, a couple of months while I wait for my working permit, it's gonna be fine, you know, whatever. But then things got complicated. I had to change visas. The working permit got delayed and delayed and delayed. And all of a sudden, at the end of 2020, I hadn't worked for that entire year. I was just doing my social media, which, to be honest, is not making me a lot of money. But, you know, I had something to do while I was waiting. But then at the end of 2020, we decided that, you know, this COVID shit is not going to go away, so we're just going to move back to Europe. And then I was like, well, now there's no point for me to look for a job here because we're going to move for Copenhagen. But then basically I was just probably away from working for a little bit too long because this anxiety started building up in me. Like, obviously didn't work through the burnout that I had. And it just created more and more and more anxiety in my head to start working. And I just felt like all the jobs that I looked at, I was like, I can't do this. I don't know what I'm doing. I will never be able to do these tasks, whatever, whatever. Then I applied for this job that I then got in February, and everything felt fine. I was excited, but I just wasn't ready, even though I hadn't worked for a long time, like a year and 3 months. My brain was so in a negative space of doubting myself professionally that like it just felt like a mountain. Any task just felt like this huge mountain of I cannot get through this. And so I quit. Moved to Europe, saw the family, was there for about a month, had incredible separation anxiety. When I left for Denmark, my husband was already here. Of course I missed him, but it was just this, I think COVID and the burnout, moving to New York, you know, not having like a safety net, like friends, whatever, in the beginning at least, just affected me so much more than I like realized. I'm the type of person, like I kind of suck things up and just move on. I am not in my feelings a lot. I'm very logical. I didn't work through shit. I never have been. I've never been the type of person. So I just realized when I couldn't handle this new job that I just had a lot of shit mentally to work through. So what I'm doing now is I am on a job hunt, and it's difficult. It's a lot of anxiety and worrying, but I'm also in therapy, which is a huge privilege to have and to be able to care for your mental health in that way. And I have started some mental training myself as well. Like I just started therapy like literally last week, so not a lot has like, you know, can't say that a lot has happened. My lashes, I started this new lash you know, growth serum thing, and they're like really growing. It's like week 2 or 3 now. Woo, girl, look at those lashes. I never had long lashes. Anyways, I meditate daily. I also have this book. I can't show you right now because literally my camera is standing on it, but I will show you once I finish this tutorial and start showing you the apartment. It's called the 6-Minute Diary. It's basically 6-minute every day, where in the morning you do 3 minutes and you write down like a bunch of positive things and things that you're thankful for and affirmations, and then in the evening you kind of do self-reflection and reflect on the day and things you've been through. And basically what it's going to help you with is focus on the good parts of life, because that's what I want to do. I'm literally I'm honestly in a very good place in life. I'm very fortunate. I'm so lucky. And the only thing that is giving me anxiety and like the only thing that I'm worrying about is my career. And if I just had the mental tools to not have a negative outlook on these things, like my life literally couldn't be better right now. I started my own business during this whole thing, which was another kind of point of stress, but also a very cool and fortunate and privileged thing to do. But you know, I've been doing my social media on the side, and like I have been invoicing through other companies, and it costs me a bunch of money. So now, starting my own business, I can start invoicing these things on my own company and get a bigger chunk of the money myself. And then I thought maybe I can freelance for companies and just, you know, do freelance writing or do freelance like social media consulting or whatever. So, you know, I'm in a very good, you know, I don't talk about a lot of private things, but I'm in a very good stage in my relationship. I'm in a very good stage in life. I'm so fortunate to have my family and my friends, and I've now started my company, and like the last little piece of the puzzle is me being able to have a career without anxiety. That's why I'm going to therapy. That's why I'm meditating. That's why I'm trying to create a more positive outlook on my career, so that I just, so I can be thankful and feel gratitude and just be as happy as I can be. I don't know if you know, but Kaja is a Swedish brand, and they're owned by this influencer called Bianca Ingrosso. And I need to go down my beauty blender. And she just launched a foundation that's called It's Iconic Liquid Silk Foundation, and I really like it, although I'm gonna tell you that it isn't very easy to work with. It's like a satin matte finish, and I do have dry spots, so I need to prep my skin really well in order for it to not like cling on to my dry spots. But once I prime it really well, it looks so good on the skin. It truly looks like, that kind of like retouched like Instagram makeup where people have like this sort of matte satiny finish and it's like your skin looks perfect. That's what it does. So yes, did I cover it all about life? I think I did. Being in Denmark, I've been here 10 days now. I have a good feeling. I feel like it's a fun city. There's a lot of good food and drinks, which is something me and my husband really enjoy. We love going out eating. I actually started a little like Reels account. It's called En Dag I Köpenhamn. I'll add in the thing here or in the link down below, where I basically just like put together a 30-second reel of everything I ate and everything I did the whole weekend. So if you want to go follow that, you're allowed to do what? No. You're welcome to. I'm gonna use a concealer too. I don't like this one at all. It's too thick and too matte for me. I'm just too lazy to reach for something else. I'm just gonna use a tiny amount of this. I like Copenhagen, but it's just, there's been a lot of change in the last couple of years. We moved from Gothenburg to Stockholm, from Stockholm to New York, from New York to Copenhagen in a matter of like 4 cities in 5 years. And it's, as I said, since I'm not a person who's in my feelings a lot, I realize kind of late and kind of after things happen, the way that they affect me. And I'm realizing that all these moves make me feel I just want stability, and I just want to have like reoccurring everyday life. Just have no energy to find new friends and like new relationships right now. I just want an apartment with my things. I want to know where those things are. I just so tired of change. And at the same time, I feel spoiled and I just want to be thankful for everything that I have. So it's been a year, guys. It's been a year. This bronzer from Kaja. Guys, I love it. It is the one in Gold Coast. It's, as you see, it's powder, but it's very creamy. And it's so beginners friendly because you literally, if you find your right shade, you can't overdo it. It's so natural. It has this like fresh dew to it. So it's not matte. So if you're looking for a matte bronzer, this is not for you. I personally don't prefer matte bronzers. I like dewy ones because they make it, to me at least, so much easier to make it look natural. And it has a perfect undertone. It's not too warm where it's orange. It's not too cool where it looks, it can make you look a little bit like dirty or too contoury. It's just, oh my God, it's so easy to apply and it looks so good. Well, yeah, like the plan now is to live in Copenhagen and not trying to plan too much for the future, just trying to live in the now, obviously. Like one of the things that I talked about in therapy the first time, I mean, literally I was just crying the whole time, obviously. But the few things that actually was able to communicate was that I am an incredible control freak and I need to learn how to fucking let go of things. Okay. Blush. Another new fave. Kaya Cosmetics Blush in Peach Sorbet. Same brand. Fucking hell, I love this blush. It's, once again, as a bronzer, not too opaque, you know, because you don't want blushes to be too opaque, because then you can easily overdo it. Blends in so easily, has a little bit of like a natural sheen to it. It looks perfect on my skin tone. I'm gonna go in with my Merit Beauty highlighter, stick highlighter in Kava. This I think you can only get in the US, but the Glossier Halo Scope in Quartz is like pretty much the exact same thing. If you're in Sweden, you don't want to get Glossier, you can also get the Isadora highlighter stick. That one is obviously my fave. Love this highlighter. For my soap brows, I'm going to use a Swedish brand called Rock Brows. They're actually a studio. They do amazing brows. So if you're in Stockholm and looking for like a place to do your brows, if you want to do microblading, they're the best in Stockholm. They have this soap. They have a little soap brow kit. But you know, the $4 Shea Moisture African Black soap, or in Sweden, like any hand soap you can find, preferably like this color or see-through, because the white can give you a cast, works just as well. But I do like this one because apparently. What did you think about the ride?
It was great. And apparently, I've never been on live television before, but apparently sometimes I don't watch the news because I'm a kid, and apparently every time,
what else would I do? I have no freaking clue. So if you have any suggestions on what you want to see that isn't beauty related, I'm just gonna finish this off with a gloss. I can't even be bothered to do lip liner. Okay, that was it for my life update and for this little tutorial. Let's jump over to seeing the apartment. This is literally the worst camera to try to film like a selfie angle with because it's so shaky. This is our hallway. So that's like our door to leave the apartment. This, when you come from the hallway, this is the bathroom. Amazing. Lovely. Couldn't be happier. Where the magic happens. Hi! Big mirror. And this is where I keep my skincare. Do not prefer this way. I would like a bathroom shelf, but hey, I can't be picky. This is amazing. Washer, dryer, yeah. Do know how to wash and dry. Anyways, shower. All my favorite stuff. All right, so this is the big room. So obviously this camera sucks for filming these things because it doesn't have like a wide set, like you can't see a lot with it, but this is like the living room and the kitchen. So this is the big room. We have one couch. We will get another facing it on the other side, right next to that wall. And then the floor is amazing, by the way. Such a pretty floor, and the windows too. Love the windows. And once it's sunny, like the sun just hid away or went away, but once it's sunny, the light is amazing in here. So that's that. And then kitchen. New fresh kitchen with obviously oven and dishwasher and fridge and all that shit. Storage. Obviously, very important, liquor, mostly tequila and mezcal, because we love that in this house. Old rests from my lunch, and coffee machine, very important. And then these amazing windows and our little tiny balcony. I call it a balcony. My husband calls it a big French balcony. What do you guys think? Anyways, very Danish. And a lot of 18-year-olds sitting down there every evening. It's very loud, but very nice anyways. And then lastly, we have our bedroom in there. We're currently sleeping on an air mattress, so we're waiting for our bed to come. But basically, this is just a bedroom with a bunch of closets, you know? Nothing fancy schmancy here. Oh, by the way, here's the 6-minute diary. I just wanted to show you quickly. If you want to get it, I'm going to link it in my Amazon in the description box. But basically, it has a bunch of theory, the first 60 pages, which I found very interesting. And it's just explaining to you how there are like 3 pillars in this book, which are positive psychology, habits, and self-reflection. And that's what you do. So basically, this would be one day. I haven't started this yet, but I'm going to try it. So here is, I'm grateful for, and then you add 3 things. And then this is how I'll make today great, and then a positive affirmation. And then in the evening, you do my good deed today, how I'll improve, and great things I experienced today. So that's what you do every day for at least, I think the book has enough for you to do it every day for half a year. Yeah, let me update you on if it works for me, how it works for me. And yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed a little bit more of a personal video. I find it difficult to share, so I would appreciate any thoughts you have. And also appreciate suggestions for the next video you want to see. All right, see you in the next one.